Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing amazing. In this video I'll be talking about 4 provinces, and why I'm going to talk about these 4 provinces because it's easy to get PR there and see if you fall somehow in the category and you can get a PR easily. So first is, so again it is not necessarily in the order, so if I'm saying first is Saskatchewan, then it doesn't mean it's on top 1. I'm just going to give you random 4 and you select what suits Betsy, what best suits you. Okay, Saskatchewan's international. Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. In this video I'm going to talk about 4 provinces that can give you PR easily. Yes, you heard it right. So let's not waste any time and jump into the 4 provinces. The first one is Saskatchewan's international skilled worker occupation in demand and express entry. Now remember, just because I'm saying number 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this, doesn't necessarily mean it's in the same order. I'm just randomly giving you this. Now, well, if you've heard of Saskatchewan, you would know that it is now in the growing phase. The economy is growing, and the skilled workers that are going to come here, they're going to have they're going to select candidates that would be in sync with the skills required in Saskatchewan, and then they're going to send the expression of interest. Just a second. Yeah, perfect. Now the occupations in demand will be listed, and then you can select whether you fall in that category or not. Now, in order to submit an EOI, applicants need to have at least 1 year of experience in the occupation which is listed there. The occupation which is not on, which is listed on Saskatchewan's program, and remember there's an excluded occupation list also, so make sure you check both these things. Interested candidates, they must have completed a post-secondary educational credential of at least 1 year and speak English or French. Anyone who meets this criteria, including scoring a minimum of 60 points on their point assessment grid, they can submit the profile, and if everything works fine, you're going to get the expression of interest. Now, the candidates who are eligible for express entry, they can apply under Saskatchewan's express entry stream for expediting the process. That means, express entry takes time, and if your score is not that great, you got to wait for the score to go down. But if you are eligible here, go for it and apply, and you never know, you're gonna get a call pretty soon. So that's about the first province I was talking about. The next is now it is literally Alberta was something which was not very, I would say it wasn't that hype. It was always Ontario and BC, but now Alberta is in the picture too, and people are pretty much interested and keen in moving to Alberta through the Alberta's express entry stream. Now it is the western province. So Canada's western province is Alberta. Well, it is usually said that it's colder than Ontario and definitely BC, but then there are more provinces or territories that are colder than Alberta, so Alberta is still, it should be pretty good. The Alberta Express Entry stream select candidates from the federal express entry pool only. They can apply for provincial nomination. Now, one benefit of this stream is that they consider the express entry candidates with CRS scores which is as low as 300. Yes, so if your score is 300 or somewhere in the 300s, then Alberta is for you, which means more candidates will have a chance of receiving the expression of interest from this province. And also, if your CRS score is above 300, it doesn't guarantee an invitation from here. Why you have to be on the list too? So if your score is above 300, understand it is not guaranteeing anything. The Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program, it releases the CRS score of the lowest ranking candidate from each round of invitations, but it does not release their additional targeted criteria. So for example, your score might be a little more than 300 or a little less than 300, but then there's an additional criteria like qualifying a relative that is a permanent resident or a citizen living in Alberta, or a job or the offer or work experience in Alberta, or completed credential from a Canadian post-secondary institution. So these matter too. So this is something which is again extremely important. Well, on number 3 is not a number 3, but number 3 in the list that I'm giving you is Nova Scotia. It is on the Canada's east coast. Again, pretty much simple. The thing that I've heard about Nova Scotia is, and it has nothing to do with my personal experience, I've never been there, but I've just recently heard it from someone, and they're like, the population in Nova Scotia is, you will not find young age kids. So either it is someone who's too young, who's a kid, or too old. You're gonna not find people from, let's say, 25 to 35 or maybe 40 there somehow, because people move out or something about it. But if someone wants to retire peacefully, and this is something I am quoting someone without naming that person, and the person knows, and so there's no objection here, that if you're going to retire peacefully, go to Nova Scotia. But having said that, I've also heard good things. That's peaceful, it's less expensive than Ontario and BC. Everything is located super close, so you can just reach out to things, and yeah, and it's fun. I mean, yeah, there are a handful of places there, and it's interesting province. I'm sorry, interesting province. So Nova Scotia, they do not publish the occupation or criteria that they'll be targeting ahead of their intake rounds, but regularly they invite the candidates with no connections to the province. Prospective nominees, they must have an active express entry profile and indicate their interest in Nova Scotia. Now, candidates whosoever receive the invitation from Nova Scotia, oh God, what's wrong with me today? Nova Scotia, they may apply for the chance to secure a provincial nomination, as the stream also operates through express entry. So let's assume if you're going to get the invitation from here, that means additional 600 points are given to you. So let's assume a score was 300 in express entry. You got 600 from Nova Scotia. Your score becomes 900 now. That doesn't mean you can go anywhere in the express entry. So when the pool opens, the draw comes in, you can only go to Nova Scotia, because out of 900, the 600 points were given by that PNP to you. So you're not free to go anywhere. Oh, I have 900, I can go to BC or Ontario, wherever I want. No, you can only move to Nova Scotia, spend an year or so, and then move wherever you want to move after express entry. Okay, and the fourth and the final one is Prince Edward Island. Yes, you heard it correct, Prince Edward Island. So because of its open occupation list or list of diverse occupation, it becomes a little easy to get in here. Experts also suggest that aspirants from different work domains and occupations, they should apply here so that they can easily secure the PR. Now, the only problem is, of course, there's a catch everywhere, right? The only issue is with respect to the weather, or you can say that it's not maybe that well developed as compared to other provinces. But if your only aim is to enter Canada, and there's no other option for you, or maybe your chances in express entry are very, I would say they are not so bright, then maybe following these PNP, especially these 4 PNP, can give you some wonderful news. I really hope this video was helpful. Thank you.